Oh, hey there, everyone.
So many people die.
Oh my gosh, it's
Come on.
insane.
Come on. Like back to
Crazy.
back, right? What's it, 2 days in a row? Oh, that's a bummer.
It really
Both of those
is.
are a real bummer. Yeah, I've definitely spent a lot of time just writing on Facebook, like, nice little paragraph, like, "Let me get this right. Okay, there we go. I'm happy with that. Another one. Oh, here we go again." But and they're both the same age. That was so interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yes, we are aware.
Yeah.
And we're ready to accept your RIPs coming in. I'm sure there'll be quite a few, which are definitely very well earned. Those were both wonderful people, wonderful talents. Definitely going to be missed.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so thank you, Doug, for getting that
Yeah.
out of the way early here. Um, but yes, hello everyone. Welcome to Chatting with Doug, where you get to ask Doug the questions that you've always wanted to know the answers to. I see that we have the questions coming in on both YouTube and Twitch, so we're going to get to the rules so that we can get to these questions. First and foremost, we give priority to the bit messages and the super chats, since that is some real world money spent. Towards the end of stream, sometimes we have time for highlighted questions over on Twitch or regular chat questions over on YouTube, but please save those for towards the end of stream. Because if you're going to repeat yourself in your question over and over and over again in chat, you can get timed out or banned if you're going to continuously do it. But please, well, wow, my brain just left my body in that second. Don't repeat
Right.
yourself. Yep, just don't repeat yourself. Don't be that person. Anyway, on the YouTube side of things, we prioritize super chats that are $5 and over. We have a large volume of incoming questions, and this is a way for us to be able to prioritize and still get back to the non-paid questions, because I promise you, we are trying to get those, okay? We're trying to get to those. Please watch the length of your questions. The longer it is, the faster we have to read it, the more likely it is that we are going to lose the point. We don't have time to go back and repeat it and figure it out. So short and to the point is better. Along those same lines, if you absolutely must split up your question or comment into multiple parts, keep it to 3 absolute max. It's kind of what we found is the sweet spot here. If because we don't have time to figure out how part 2 relates to part 10 and where in the world it's going. So 3 seems to be the perfect amount. Absolute max, please. Also, please keep it to 1 question per bit message or super chat. Again, we have a large volume of questions, and it's an easy way for your question to get lost. It's not fair if you get to ask 5 in one and other people haven't even had a chance to ask 1. And again, it's an easy way to get a question missed, and we don't have time to go back and be like, oh wait, what was that third question? Did I answer that? We don't have time. No swearing, Doug.
That's right.
No spoilers, everyone. There's still so much to see, so much to watch. So please watch the spoilers. Don't be that person who ruins it for everyone, okay?
Don't
Um
spoil who died in the last 24 hours. Sorry, I'll stop.
oh no, Doug, no.
Too soon.
Too soon. Um I think I got everything. It was a
Yeah,
little disjointed, but I did it.
we got
I'm
it.
trying to figure out what's going on. I know Twitch. I see you all are talking about the bot. I have no idea why it's not here. I've looked at the settings 4 times. I
Hmm.
I don't know if there's a way for me to fix it right now, especially in the beginning of stream, or now that we're started here. All right, so let's
So
get to
what
it.
does that mean, real quick? If there's no bot, that we can still get questions
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff
we can
like that.
easily still get
Oh, okay.
questions. It's just that
Okay.
there's no bot in chat like every 5 minutes saying, um, please don't repeat yourself or whatever. It's just it's like
Gotcha.
an
Weird.
info
Okay.
bot.
Well, most of the people that come here, they know the rules. They know how it works.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Um LPB the actor, thank you for that 84-month subscription.
Thank
Welcome
you.
back over on Twitch. Appreciate that. Let us dedicate the stream in memory of Dolly Parton and Tim Curry. And if you had to choose, then would you rather do an NC on Dolly, Tim Curry, or both?
I mean, oh, I thought you meant like a movie they both been in. I'm like, have they been in a movie before? I'm like, oh, that would have been awesome. I mean, Tim Curry, there's a lot more material I've talked about with him, certainly. I don't know if I've ever done a Dolly Parton movie. I mean, I love the hell out of her, but I mean, the closest maybe I could do to get some fun material. It's a movie I still like. Would be maybe 9 to 5. Um, but that's about the closest I could think of. Yeah, not to say there hasn't been like a stinker film in there every once in a while, but 9 to 5 is the only one I feel like I would be like passionate to talk about. So yeah, maybe I'll do that someday.
New Jersey Diablo, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey Doug, what are your thoughts on the new Ebenezer movie starring Johnny Depp? Do you think it'll be worth watching given the hundreds of Christmas Carol adaptations that we already have?
So it's kind of a loaded question there because on the one hand, I thought it looked terrible. It looked really, really bad. Like a Johnny Depp movie, like after four Pirates movies. Like I don't even know what year that would be, like 2013 or something like that. Like that's the kind of Johnny Depp movie it looks like. But with that said, I am a complete sucker for Christmas Carol adaptations. Even the bad ones I like to see because there's usually something in there that I still find I really like. I mean, even just capturing the tiniest bit of the story in there kind of brings a smile to my face because I love the story that much. So I'll definitely see it. Uh, but in terms of did I think it looked like a good movie? Not really, but it is a trailer, so we'll wait and see.
At Movies, thank you for the 500 bits. Rest in power to the legendary Tim Curry and Dolly Parton. They were both too awesome for this world. Can we please hear Heather sing 9 to 5, interrupted by Doug yelling the diamonds are here? Sure, yeah. Working 9 to 5.
No, the diamonds are here.
Beautiful. A lover of cinema, thank you for the 500 bits. First, we lose Hayden Panettiere, then we lose Dolly Parton just recently, and now we lose Tim Curry. It hurts a lot knowing that such a fun, entertaining, and all-around talented actor is now gone. Thanks, Tim, and may you rest in peace.
Yeah, guess it happens in threes. Sucks.
Mhm. Jamie, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen art by Cosperry from Deviant Art? If not, please do, because he makes Don Bluth style art that's so good that Don Bluth himself loves them.
Yes, I wasn't familiar with the name, but as soon as you said that, I don't even have to look at it. I know what you're talking about. He does like the Mario Brothers, like Seinfeld episodes and stuff like that. He'll just do these little like not motion capture, freeze frames of them, like they're actually from a Don Bluth version of Seinfeld and all that. No, they're very impressive, and I think I did hear that before that Don Bluth said he was very impressed by that too. So yeah, no, and I mean, because I haven't been on DeviantArt in years, but I think I still see that stuff still pop up. So it does make its way through the internet, and it's very, very impressive.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. Doug, with Tim Curry's passing, will you do a review of Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad?
I don't think I know that one, honestly. Yeah, man, it didn't even dawn on me. I'm like, boy, do I look for a Tim Curry movie to do next? It'll still be several weeks down the line when I do it, but I don't know. I feel like all the ones I really wanted to talk about and have fun with, I did. But I feel like I'm not the right one to do Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was just talking to somebody about this. I like the movie; it's good. I don't have a diehard love for it. I don't know why. You would think that'd totally be up my alley, but something keeps me from loving it. I much rather go to like one of those crazy screenings where the people act out stuff and they throw the bread and they do all that stuff. Uh, than actually sit down and watch the whole movie again. I love to see parts again, definitely some of the songs, but yeah, I don't think I'm the one to do that movie, especially after his passing. So that's not going to be on there, but I'll see if maybe I can find some other one that maybe I want to do for a while.
Lava War Cannon, thank you for the $5 super chat. After your comment in the Hellboy review and the fact you enjoy whiskey, I've been wondering if you enjoy cigars and if you have one to recommend.
Oh yeah, like I don't want to say I go through phases. I usually just kind of find one I like a little more, but the series I really like now, or the company I should say, is probably H. Upman is my personal favorite. And I always try to take a picture when I find one. I'm like, oh, that's like this is the new great one, and then I always forget what it is and I lose the picture and stuff. But yeah, before then, I did stuff like Monte Cristo, what was there? Romeo and Juliet. I did quite a bit. Punch is all right. Those are the kind of the ones I went back and forth on. I feel like I'm missing another obvious one, but H. Upman is the one I definitely seek out now and I really like.
Big Jack Films, thank you for the $2 super chat. Alexander L. Wood, thank you for the $5 super chat. What do you think of Rick and Morty's most recent season finale? Brutal ending, right?
Sure. I think you brought that up last time. I hadn't seen it yet. You know what it is? I think Rick and Morty has had so many other more brutal endings than that. I'm not even talking about like necessarily the violence and gore and stuff like that. I mean, this definitely had that. But the more brutal thing was probably just the first few minutes of it. With Morty really liking this family more. And honestly, I thought that was going to be the brutal ending, and maybe that's part of it too. Is kind of I was told there was going to be a brutal ending. I thought it was going to be he actually likes that family more, and there's nothing else to it. He just found a version of his family he likes more, and he can't be with them. That was it. Like that would be more brutal to me than what happened. But yeah, it was still good. I still liked it. I still thought the season was good. I know some of recent Rick and Morty is getting backlash. Has been on too long. It isn't as good, and I half agree. I still say Rick and Morty at half capacity is still better than a lot of shows at full capacity. So I'm still enjoying it. And there's still some very good, heavy, twisted episodes. The bowling one this year, I really, really liked.
Kevin Lane, thank you for the $5 super chat. This is part 1 of 2. I watched the second season of Batman the Caped Crusader, and I think you misjudged the characters, Doug. To be continued.
I'll wait and see what you mean.
New Jersey Diablo, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hi, Doug. Did you ever watch the show Gotham when it aired? I personally didn't care for most of it, but Cameron Monaghan as Joker was impressive.
I have not seen much of it. I want to, I do and I don't, because another one of those shows where I hear it's good until it gets to a certain point, and a part of me just goes, "Oh, I don't want to watch it if it gets bad, but I really should give it a chance because there's probably the equivalent of like a couple really good movies in there. And what am I not gonna enjoy the Terminator films because they get bad after two? I mean, like that doesn't make sense. So one of these days I'll check it out. I have seen a little bit of him as Joker though, and yeah, I agree. Without even knowing who that actor was, as soon as the show was on and I saw him pop up without the makeup and everything, I'm like, oh, that guy's going to be the Joker. So I really like that.
Trip Corey, thank you for the $5 super chat. Okay, this year you have to review the Tim Curry Worst Witch special to honor Tim's charisma and the Harry Potter prototype Mildred Hubble.
Maybe. So the thing is, I've definitely seen that scene. That scene's amazing. But everybody tells me the rest of it's pretty dull, and I don't know if I want to sit through all of it, let alone like review it or vice versa, and just not have any material for it. So I don't know. Honestly, what I like to do, but we gotta watch out because Paramount. I just realized I would have liked to have done like maybe the Wild Thornberries movie, because I never seen the show. And people say you don't need to see the movie. The movie's still very good. Well, Paramount, if we use 2 seconds of footage or audio, whatever, will strike the channel and everything. So I don't know. Unless we get that figured out, yeah, it might be some time in between now and doing that review.
Dante, thank you for the 76-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
With Tim Curry recently passing, what was your favorite performance of his? For me, it's either Pennywise from It or the hotel clerk in Home Alone 2.
Man, I mean, there's a lot. And the thing that's really frustrating is that some of his best stuff, I feel like I haven't seen. I think a lot of it probably is on stage. When I hear people talk about him as like Mozart and everything, or even the stage version of Rocky Horror Picture Show. I mean, I guess obviously a lot of people like the movie, but they say like when it was really building, in the original production stage show. It was really, really something. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. It's a voiceover one. Captain Hook in Peter Pan the Pirates. I still think that's the best Captain Hook we ever got. He's very sophisticated. He's written very well. Occasionally there's going to be a dumb episode, but I love the idea of he sees himself very much as a gentleman. And if you could he's got to make you walk the plank or something, but if you can make him laugh with a Shakespearean style joke, he might let you go. I love that. I love that back and forth with that character. And I thought he just captured everything that could be interesting about, that iconic character. So, yeah, I think I'll go with that, even though it's not on screen. Still, the vocal performance was very good. And again, I've shared this on my Facebook. If anyone has not read his autobiography, it's very, very good. I literally just read it, I think, this year, and definitely recently, and it is wonderfully written, and that highly, highly, highly recommend that.
Kevin Lane, thank you for that 28-month membership over on YouTube. Welcome back. Appreciate that. This is part 2. The characters seem less like noir characters who behave like Batman characters and more like Batman characters who behave like noir characters. Does that make sense?
Yes and no. Even if that's the case, I still want to recognize some element of the Batman characters in there outside of somebody wears something purple over their eyes and a green hat. You know what I mean? Or that person's called the Mad Hatter and wears a hat. I want something that connects back to what made those characters so interesting. And a good example of that is what they did with the Joker, which I surprisingly did enjoy. It's the first Joker I've seen that does not smile, does not laugh. And the way they still harken back to that, though, is that his motivation is still very similar. And what he does with making everyone else around him laugh to death and everything, that makes for a very good contrast. So I still recognize that character. And of course, he still has, the white face and green hair and everything. So that's more something that, yes, in some respects can be a little bit of the opposite, but still has a spirit of the character in there. And that also has a big connection to classic noir stories, and definitely sort of a mix of noir and kind of monster movies a little bit, old B movies. So, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I just still didn't think that came through with a lot of them. But if you really enjoyed it and you want to see more, fair enough. Like I said, it's still this classic iconic character. I'm glad there's still stuff being made on him. Several things all these years later. So yeah, no, if you get joy out of it, fantastic.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. What is your favorite movie adaptation of Peter Pan?
Well, if we're not going by, the spin-offs like Hook or something like that, I mean, maybe the Disney one, honestly. It's kind of weird we haven't gotten a solid, definitive live action one that was really, really good. And the Disney one definitely takes liberties, and some things clearly do not age well. But I still think the spirit of the character and the feel, and honestly, the bullet points, what happens in the story, are there. It's just missing a few elements that I feel like you couldn't really squeeze in a movie like that. But even having the father, also play Captain Hook, I think that was I could be wrong. I think that was the first version to do that in a screen adaptation, but I could be wrong about that because I know they made some silent films and other versions. So I think I'll go with that, even though I know it's kind of a cliche. Even if I was to compare it with Hook, I think I would still say the Disney Peter Pan.
On a Joker, thank you for the 500 bits. Where do babies come from? Seriously, though, what's the most unusual question a fan has sincerely asked you?
Boy, I'm trying to think. A weird. I can't act like I don't get them. I'm just kind of.
It's never any questions that stick out to me. It's always not unusual, but it's always funny to me when people come up and very confidently say a fact about me that's very wrong. Oh yeah, you're Walter's wife, right? No.
No, you're my wife, obviously. Now that's the best when somebody corrects it with another wrong fact. That's always my favorite. Um, yeah, I'm blanking. I'm so sorry. I get, a fair amount. I'm just totally drawing a blank. I'm so sorry.
Smash Ultra, thank you for the 59 NOK through Super Chat. You keep mentioning Kitty Catswell from Tough Puppy. I'm pretty sure she's your crush instead of Gadget. Or is it Chaplin's crush or Buster's?
I was trying to look for a cat that's like, that people would be like, oh yeah, I don't know, the sexy cat. I don't know. That's the only one where when I was on TV and art, I saw a lot of her on there. So I'm just assuming people would know who that is. I've never seen an episode. I actually am not 100% sure what show she's from. Unless it is the name of the show. I don't think it is. I know it's the guy who did like Fairly Odd Parents and stuff like that. I recognize that style, but I'm not even familiar with what the show is. I'm sure if you said, I'd say yes, that's it. But you know, I'm really not that familiar. It's just something I'm ever seeing a lot on DeviantArt, and certainly like when everyone else like babysitting a kid or something like that. I would see like that show on TV. Oh, it's the Danny Phantom. Is that it? Is that the
What
show
about
she's from?
who? Are you talking about? They said from Tough Puppy.
Okay, but God, maybe I'm wrong. Isn't Tough Puppy and Danny Phantom? See, this is why I'm not the one to ask about this.
Yeah.
But either way, no, I have not seen much of whatever show she's from.
Alex the Animator, thank you for the 500 bits. I know you have said the first season of The Simpsons wasn't really that good, but the one episode I did enjoy from that season was Christy Gets Busted, which served as a good introduction to the slideshow Bob that we know today.
Yeah, couple spelling misprints there, but yeah, no, there's definitely. I don't want to give the impression like the first season is awful. There's good lines in there. There's a lot of heart to them as well. It did break new boundary in terms of animated shows that ran in prime time. This one definitely had more of like an adult lean, though nowadays, again, I think it would be kind of tame. So, no, I definitely don't want to give the idea of like, oh, it's garbage. Don't even bother. No, it's interesting, but if you have never seen The Simpsons before, that's probably not the best introduction. Now it's probably best to start with three's pretty safe. You can start with two. Two's decent. It's not that bad, but if you want to see what people are talking about in terms of a lot of the quotes and the humor and just the overall feel of the show, like three's probably the best place to start. And then after you see a couple of those and you're like, I'm starting to get tired of these, then maybe for fun go back and see season one and see where it all started.
Crunchlong, thank you for the $5 super chat. Do you get weirded out watching your celebrity crushes as kids, like Natalie Wood in Miracle on 34th Street or Christian Bale in Empire of the Sun?
The one, I guess not. No,
No,
the
yeah,
one thing
because
that was
I feel like I can separate enough of like, oh, that's when they were a child. I'm not going to fawn over them when they were a child.
no, and sometimes it's fun when you see like I mean, kids obviously grow up awkwardly usually, so it's always kind of fun to see like oh they look a little weird or like their teeth are a little big or they say words strange or whatever. No, what I find interesting is I saw a movie a long time ago called The Ghost of Mrs. Murr, and Natalie Wood is in there again as a little kid. And as the film goes on, the character grows up, and it's interesting watching the actress they get to play the kid grown up and say, now, does she look like Natalie Wood when she was an adult? Because they don't know what she's going to look like, but it's interesting to see casting guess what that little kid's going to look like as an older age. So that's more the stuff I find kind of interesting.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. On Sunday, August 23rd, every fandom in the world came together to say, I hate Lesbian Space Princess. Do you dare to review it?
I only heard of that because I saw once in a while like a little, I don't want to say drama channel, but more of like a what's going on the internet news ish. These kind of channels pop up and they were all talking about. I never heard about it before then. I've definitely been seeing more like trailers getting a lot of animated trailers, like from Netflix and Paramount Plus and so forth. So this one, I'm not even sure what it's on. I don't know if it's on YouTube. I don't know if it's on a streaming service or what. Because like I said, I never heard of it. Um, but I guess that is one that is officially out, where the others are trailers. So maybe I should give it a look just to see what it is, why it's kind of exploded in this much hate.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. Eric Bana has reportedly closed a deal to return as Bruce Banner in Avengers Secret Wars, making his return to the character after 24 years.
It'll be interesting to see if a different director alters things, which is weird because Ang Lee, of course, is wonderful with actors, but just that whole idea behind that movie, I think, was kind of misguided. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if someone else taking over changes the performance for the better.
Zinner Noah, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, please watch and make a Disney December for Dragon Striker. It has fun action and an intriguing fantasy world.
I think I've heard of that. Hold on, let me see. Dragon Striker.
Dragon Striker.
There it is. Oh, entry. It has a very anime-ish. Oh, is this one of those where it's CG, but it's trying to look like it's hand drawn? I think it is. At least it looks like it from the still pictures. That looks kind of neat though. Maybe is the series. Oh, it looks like it's still going. I usually try to wait for the series to wrap up. Every once in a while, I'll do one that's that's just starting when it's something I really want to talk about, like X-Men or something. But with that one, I might wait for it to just wrap up.
Deshaun, thank you for the $5 super chat. With the passing of Tim Curry, there's no other film that will be proper enough to review than the Wild Thornberrys movie.
I literally just brought it up right now. Paramount's like a lot of studios are, but they're kind of the worst on us in terms of false copyright claims and throwing strikes our way and stuff like that. So it's unlikely until things calm down a bit and they actually start to watch the videos that they strike and give copyright claims to, so when that day happens, of course, very soon, I'm sure I'll get a chance to look it over. But no, seriously, I'd rather wait for claims at least to calm down a little bit. And the way they've been coming, it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime super soon. But yes, I would love to see it. I heard it's good, even if you haven't seen the show.
Droid Dreamer, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, I'm surprised you know Saberspark. I've known him since his Brony days, so to see him collab with the OG is just mind-blowing.
Yeah, no, I've seen some of his stuff. I think when I did the Joshua movie, he left a pretty funny comment there. And I was like, oh, all right. I forget who reached out to who, but somebody, started talking. And we discussed for a while the idea of doing a crossover. And it was actually supposed to happen a couple years ago, or maybe even just 1 year ago. But plans kept changing. He was going to be traveling. They had to cancel that, move some stuff around. So I'm glad I did, because with this one, it seemed like the more logical one to do, because we were looking at other versions of what to do, and they were all stuff that was like, they had like a lot of episodes or a lot of movies or something like that. And I realized, especially back then, like with the Cry Fatigue, that just would not have been a logical thing to do. That would have like destroyed me. So I'm glad we could find this movie to do and collab on. And yeah, we had a great time. He was a really, really sweet dude.
Danny McGraw, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hello, Doug and Heather. Would you ever consider reviewing Clue?
It's not too bad.
Have you not reviewed Clue?
I haven't.
Really?
No, one of the reasons was, for a while I wanted to do it as a clipless review, but then I realized, again, I don't have the energy anymore, the fatigue, all that stuff, but I could just do it on its own, because I want to for a while, because I can talk about that film quite a bit, and that's probably a good one to do. Yeah, so I'll look into it. Again, I don't know if that's a Paramount one, but that'd be a solid one to do, because a lot of people remember him from that.
I normally do things in order, but Saber Spark is in chat right now
Oh,
on
hey.
YouTube. Saber Spark, thank you for the $20 super chat. What the heck? You don't need to pay us.
Thanks.
Um,
Yeah.
thanks for having me, Doug. The collab was a blast.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming out, man. That was
I
a
was
whole lot of
chosen
fun.
today.
Yeah, no, it was just a good time. And what was interesting, I was telling somebody else about this too. They were asking, like, yeah, so how was he? I was like, oh yeah, no, a really nice guy and everything. I said was interesting that he's one of the few YouTubers where we didn't
Timing!
really talk about our subject matter that much. We didn't, like, once in a while we talk about movies or animation or stuff, but we just kind of talked about general stuff, like just life stuff and what's going on, with you, and tell me about, where you live, and oh, what's a cool place around here, whatever. I mean, it was just kind of regular stuff, which you would think, let me tell you about the movie I've seen. Let me tell you about the animated series I've seen. And we did a little bit of that, but it wasn't a ton. So that was pretty nice. Even though I love talking about all that stuff, obviously, it didn't hit me until afterwards. I was just like, oh yeah, we just kind of talked like normal people, I guess, which is very rare for YouTubers. No, you know what I mean.
Tony Filippo, thank you for the $5 super chat. What was your experience with YouTube prior to becoming the Nostalgia Critic? Like any YouTube channels that interested you before becoming a YouTuber?
Uh, I mean, certainly like James Rolfe, obviously. I enjoyed that. I enjoy Smosh quite a bit. Trying to think. There were a couple of videos that I thought were going to lead to like big channels, and they never quite did. There was one, I think it was like Mario Game Over or something like that, which is like this gritty version of him like living in the streets and stuff. Or not in the street, but he's like addicted to, like, I think the star and stuff like that. And you see his relationship with like Peach and everything. And I thought that was gonna explode and never quite did. Was it Golden something? The guy who puts lyrics to movie themes. I remember watching a lot of that. Um yeah, those are kind of the biggies. I'm sure there's other ones, but those are the ones I remember really going back to quite a bit. Oh, College Humor I watched a lot too.
Pepper Sway in the OK, thank you for the $10 super chat. Rest in peace, Tim Curry. Since you've praised him so much in the past, could you describe your first time witnessing his brilliance?
I'm trying again. I could point to Captain Hook because no, actually, even before then, there's an old animated series called "The Greatest Bible," or no, Stories from the Bible, something like that. And that was actually his first voiceover he did. He played the serpent in Adam and Eve, or the story of Garden of Eden, and he loved it so much he wanted to do more. And he says, not everybody does voiceover animation. It's big money, but back then I was just doing it because it was interesting. And he's kind of right. Not that he was the first celebrity to do animation, obviously, but he did at a time when it just was not like the popular thing to do. And he would show up on so many shows just for bit parts in these little cartoons. I mean, just sometimes these throwaway lines or whatever. I think he just liked doing it. He liked closing his eyes and visualizing himself as a different person. He formed a very interesting friendship with Charlie Adler too, which I thought was very interesting. Who's a director now, who I also didn't know. So again, all from his autobiography. But I think live action the first time I definitely recognized him. I don't know if it's the first movie I saw him in. Maybe Oscar was the first movie I saw him in, but Home Alone 2 was definitely like the big standout for me, where I'm just like, oh, okay, like this, I'm going to remember this guy kind of thing. And I did see it, but again, I didn't know that was him under all the makeup. So, yeah, the first time I think I saw Tim Curry, recognized him as Tim Curry, looked up the name, said, who is this guy? And always recognized him afterwards. Like that was the movie, I think, Home Alone 2.
Jojo Binks, thank you for the 76-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Woo to 76 months. Also, RIP Dolly Parton and Tim Curry.
Yeah, no, it sucks, man. It sucks.
LPB the actor, thank you for the 500 bits. Out of curiosity, will you be seeing the horror movie Buddy in theaters this weekend? I've heard good things about it, and I'm going to see it tomorrow afternoon.
I'm probably gonna see Coyote versus Acme. I think that's gonna be the bigger movie, but I'll see what people say about Buddy. If it's getting good buzz and everything, maybe I'll check it out.
Remus XP, thank you for the 500 bits. Has the Channel Awesome crew ever been to the Steel City Comic Con? And if not, will you ever?
If you want us down there, go to the con and say, we want Channel Awesome down there and see if you can get us an invite.
Ben Raven, thank you for the $5 super chat. RIP Tim Curry. Hi, Doug. What do you think is the most underrated NC review? Personally, your Playing with Fire review is one of my favorites.
I do like that one a lot. I have a soft spot for was it Kids Introduction to the Internet? I really like that one. One I really like, I guess I can't say it like bombed or anything, but it's only doing okay. But it's one of my new favorites is Brazil, which is my all-time favorite movie. I love talking about that movie. I love how I was able to compress all that into the video because that was always my thing. Like, how can I talk about? There's just so much to talk about, and I loved tying it all into not only Christmas but also again the insanity that's going on with the copyright claims now that AI has made it even more crazy. So yeah, I really really like that video a lot.
Big Jack Films, thank you for the $5 super chat. Would you consider reviewing Ridley Scott's Legend as an NC? Tim is absolute peak in the film and one of the prettiest movies I've ever seen.
You're right about both those two elements. Everything else about it, I think, is such a snooze fest. I thought it was so boring. If it was all played not in slow motion, just in regular motion, I'm convinced the whole movie will only be a half hour long. It is just so slow. So, driven by visuals, which is fine, but they're very slow visuals, and it's a very kind of done story with not that much added to it from a script writing level. But it does look phenomenal. Some of the music I remember being pretty good. Tim Curry is stellar in it. And again, hearing the story about like him under all that makeup and everything just sounds like an absolute nightmare. So, but he looked like a nightmare, so it worked. I don't think I'm the one to talk about though. Again, especially after his passing, I should really talk about a movie that I really like.
The Realm One, thank you for the $5 super chat. Well, you finally got another cool Hulk scene in Spider-Man Brand New Day, Doug. Isn't it awesome?
It's all right. It's funny because when it started, without going too much into spoilers, I was like, "Oh, but it's not really him. It's kind of somebody else, in the driver's seat." And then when he actually does go full Hulk and it is him, I was thinking to myself, actually, I liked it a little bit more when there's somebody else in the driver's seat. Not that the scene was bad; it's fine. I will say it's nice to see another traditional Hulk scene again, but it did feel very shoehorned in and not that necessary. And I've seen cooler fight scenes from Hulk, but at the same time, it's neat to see him fight Spider-Man, and it makes sense if you're gonna do that, have it be on the side of a building where he can swing around and he can just punch the walls and hang on and all that. So I, I get it. It's fine. But I think because the last cool moment was him fighting Thanos, there is something in the back of my head saying, but there's something cooler in there. Something more awesome is going to pop up at some point.
Carlo Godfrey, thank you for the $10 super chat. Doug, what is that autograph picture you have of Tim Curry and some of the background of your videos?
Yeah, I was debating whether or not to like maybe post that, but again, I was kind of like, let me keep it to the biography that was really, in my head and all that. But no, a fan actually got that for me. He does a couple of these. He does this really neat thing. I never know if I'm saying his name right. Andrew Syndrome. I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong, but he's like a diehard fan of just so many various things. And one of the things he likes to do is he likes to make pictures with a couple celebrities in there, like in a situation, a scenario, kind of thing. And he'll have both celebrities sign it, even if they've never met each other, never been the same thing. Maybe they're in different genres, whatever. And one of them is, like me screaming at like, all the crazy weird performances Tim Curry has done, and usually the bad movies that he's been in. And he took it. Tim Curry just explained everything, and he gladly signed it. So yeah, I got another one of like Duckman dressed as the Nostalgia Critic that Jason Alexander signed that he got for me and everything. So yeah, he likes to do kind of cool things with that. I think that's really really neat. So yeah, that's a story behind that.
Gabriel Kane, the creative kid, thank you for the $5 super chat. In honor of Tim Curry's passing, you should talk about Bailey's Billions. Both him and Jennifer Tilly steal the show and would love to hear your thoughts.
Uh, do I know? I know I definitely haven't seen it, but I want to see if it's. Oh no, I definitely haven't seen it. So, it's funny because again, I was thinking of the biography. There was like a stage show he did. I can't remember the name of it, but I thought it had a little bit of like that swing to it, so I thought maybe it's gonna be like a film version of that. And it's like about a dog wearing sunglasses, and Tim Curry and Jennifer Tilly are like some bumbling crooks or something like that. That's what the cover looks like. So I'm like, that's definitely not what I was thinking of. But I do like both those actors. We'll see. I'll probably do Clue first before I do that.
Ethan A. Productions, thank you for the $5 super chat. Would you like to watch Whoopi's Littleberg, 2004 Nick Jr. miniseries? It stars Whoopi Goldberg, and 3 episodes were found after being lost media.
I don't know. What's it called?
Whoopi's Littleberg.
Little Berg.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's another one of
B-U-R-G.
those. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Littleberg.
Oh, yeah, I never heard of this. Okay. Did it actually air? Or is that the thing? Was it like a lost?
It's
Show or
lost media,
something?
so I don't know if it really actually aired or not.
Um, maybe I'll give it a look. I mean, I still got a soft spot for Whoopi Goldberg and everything. So the idea of her doing like a kid show, I'm like, all right, I might check that out.
V-Man, thank you for the $5 super chat. R.I.P. Tim Curry. In spite of all your roles playing animated villains, you'll always be Sir Nigel Thornberry to me. Blah.
Yeah, I got it. And he does talk quite a bit about that in the book too. He says a lot of fans have come up to him over the years and reference that quite a bit. And again, that's I think the show where him and Charlie Adler really connected too. Yeah, I do want to see it and I want to review it. I don't know if I can right now, so we'll see. Paramount is Paramount.
Ice Luigi Star, thank you for the $7 super chat. Is it crazy we lost not 1, not 2, but 3 Home Alone actors who passed away this year? Wasn't expecting Tim Curry, of all people, to be affected.
Yeah, So, yeah, Curry, Catherine O'Hara. I'm going to sound awful.
Wasn't the pigeon lady, didn't she?
Yes, that's right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
She's our one that passed away. Yeah, no, that sucks. No, that's to say, it sucks. But you know what? It's cool they left such a lasting impression that we can say it sucks.
PMB, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm breaking the no spoiler law. Romeo and Juliet both die in the end. Throw me in the slammer!
What the hell, man? What the hell? Not in Romeo and Juliet. Oh, great. Now I just spoiled that. Thanks.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. Doug, do you like Scrubs?
I like about half of it. And that's not to say, I like the first couple seasons, then the last couple seasons got bad. No, just it is a solid every single episode. Half of it is good and half of it is awful. And I thought that from day one, but I kept watching it because the stuff I liked, I really, really liked. And it's not something where it's like, it's this one actor, or it's whenever they do dramatic moments, or it's the jokes. It's just everything. Everything has, it changes. Sometimes the drama will be good and the comedy will be bad, or vice versa. It's usually vice versa, where the comedy's better than the drama. But yeah, they. So I haven't watched I think they did like a reboot or something recently. I haven't really watched that unless I heard like great things about it, which I haven't heard honestly good or bad. But yeah, it's always one of those. I did check it out for when it was good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. You know what it is? It's like the show Big Mouth. It's like a perfect halfway in like so many ways. There's half of a really good, funny, smart show, and then half of just absolute shite in there. Hopefully that's not, gonna get some trouble on YouTube. I tried to use the E at the end, so hopefully that's okay. It probably isn't, but that's why this one isn't gonna be monetized shortly.
Cherish Moore, thank you for the $20 super chat.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Doug, you keep talking about a Pixar ghost story. We have two TV series about ghosts BBC Ghost Us, The Ghost Play, fictional historical figures. It's all about powers communicating with livings, Finn ghost stuff. Check them out.
I will do my best.
Um, Ye old. Wow. Ye old sea witch. There we go. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Doug, I wanted to ask if you would ever think of reviewing any Larry Cohen horror films like It's Alive, The Stuff, Q, Maniac Cop, and The Ambulance.
Uh, I've seen some of them. I just saw the stuff last year and I loved it. Let me see. I feel like I've seen one or two others. But I don't know how they do in terms of like clicks online. I like to do half and half. I like to do something I like to talk about, but then also something you know, will keep us in the algorithm. We're a slave to it, like a lot of people are on YouTube. But the closest I can maybe do is the stuff because it has a lot of obviously great imagery, but also some really funny, corny moments, and actually some fun commentary too, for as goofy as it is.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. In Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, he voiced Kilokon, the villain of the show.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to check it out at some point.
The guy is here. Thank you for the $7 super chat. Do you ever plan to try out the game Red Dead Redemption 2? It's a great game with awesome gameplay and story. It's also it's Western.
I've definitely been interested. The only thing is that apparently it's super long.
It is. It's very open world.
And I'm already like taking a break from like the second Final Fantasy game that came out. And I will get back to it at some point, but it was just so long. And I just know the same thing's gonna happen with that. So maybe someday I will, because I've heard amazing thing. You're not the first one to recommend
What's the
it,
toughest part
but
about being Batman?
yeah, it would definitely have
Knowing
to
that you'll
be
never make your
at a
parents
time where I'm
proud.
just like, okay, just for the rest of the year, bare minimum half the year, I'm just not going to play anything else except this.
AJ's dad, thank you for the $5 super chat. RIP Tim Curry. Wow, two legends in 2 days. It's 2016 all over again.
I feel like it was more than just two that. Oh, wait. Yeah, no. If I'm right, 2016 had a bunch of celebrities dying at that point. Uh, yeah, there was one time where it's like somebody passed away, and then like Betty White also passed away. It was like near New Year's. I was like, I remember that, but I can't remember what New Year's. Maybe it's 2016. I don't think so. I think that was later. But yeah, I do remember. I feel like every I don't know 8 to 10 years, there's just suddenly a blow up in well-known people dying, like celebrities dying. Yeah, it'd be interesting to do a study on that. See if that's coincidence or if there's some sort of pattern there.
AJ's dad, thank you for the $5 super chat. RIP. Oh, I just read that. I'm so sorry. Jake McNulty, thank you for the £5 super chat. Hey, Doug, I know you get a lot of review suggestions, but I was curious if you've ever seen the 1996 Pinocchio film starring Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
No, I guess I could review that. I was originally going to do it for Disney December, but I guess it's not a Disney film or in the umbrella. So, maybe I'm always wondering if it has a following or not. That'll make it worth it. But I've always been a little curious to check it out. I know Jim Henson did some of the puppeteering in there, and I think it's supposed to follow the story closer. It's still not really the story, but it's supposed to be a little closer to it. So I've always been a little curious about it.
I have to say, too, Haunted Joker redeemed 100,000 channel points, and I always forget that this happens, for something called Tell Me a Joke, where an automated voice read the joke out loud to me, but you didn't hear the joke. So I think you need to hear the joke.
Okay.
What's the toughest part about being Batman? Knowing that you'll never make your parents proud.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Big Jack Films, thank you for the $20 super chat. It's great to see you collab with other reviewers again. Speaking of coming up on NC's 20th next year, I'd recommend History of the Reviewerverse by Spectro Heliotico or Heliotic, probably. It's a digestive recap of reviewer lore from 2004 to 2024.
Okay. Actually, sounds kind of interesting. Maybe I will. Thank you so much.
The guy is here. Thank you for the $7 super chat. I remember you said you saw the first 4 episodes of the anime Death Note. Just wanted to know, what's your favorite scene?
Let me see. It's a little bit of a spoiler, but maybe not. The the first time he thinks he killed L, and then L comes back in the way L comes back and just says, in his own way, whoa, I didn't know you were that powerful. Now I know. Now I have, like, he's kind of showing his cards in a way, but he's also very clearly making him uncomfortable. Like, he knows this guy would be uncomfortable doing that. So I kind of like that. And the character's not going to be dead when he writes in the book, but you're like, well, how's he going to do it? What's going to result in this? And I don't know why. Something about him just coming back on live TV in front of all these people. It's so anime. Not thinking about the repercussions of this at all. I don't know why that scene stood out to me quite a bit.
Jumpy Nedved, thank you for the 15 shekels through Super Chat. Disney-cember, but instead of Disney movies, it's the top 31 worst movies. Why top 31? Because the galaxy knows at this point what number 1 is.
Boy, it's a fun idea, but I feel like I probably already talked about them. It'd be kind of weird to talk about them again. Once in a while I'll talk about something on Disney December I already reviewed in a Disney December, but maybe my thoughts have changed or time has gone by. But for 31 of them, I don't know if that makes sense. There's a little bit of an idea in there. I want to give credit for that. I'm not really sure how I would do it yet if I was to take that on.
The guy is here. Thank you for the $7 super chat. On a scale from 1 to 10, what's your favorite color of the alphabet? Personally, mine is Zimbabwe.
Favorite color of the alphabet? Is that what?
From 1 to 10.
Of the soup.
Great. The Flying Jestron, thank you for the $20 super chat. What are your thoughts on the fandom explosions involving lesbian space princess, or thoughts on the film?
I haven't seen it. I didn't even know what it was until I saw videos coming out, really ripping it apart. So I guess I'll do more research on it. I don't even know if it's like a YouTube movie or if it's in theaters or if it's streaming or whatever. So I have never heard about it until a lot of these videos giving it backlash. So I'll definitely look more into it because I love stuff like that exploding. Well, I love it because then I like to see, where do I fall on it? Am I going to be, one of the diehard haters? Am I going to be like, it's not that bad? Or will I be sympathetic to it? I don't know. So, I love checking that stuff out.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. About the 4th season of Invincible title card. As far as the battle with the Viltrumites go, let's just say Mark really puts his guts into it.
Oh, kind of spoiler.
Ricardo, thank you for the $20 super chat.
Thank you.
Hi guys, just checked the Noah Arc review and it was great. I watched that movie on cinemas when it came out. Fun fact, the Argentinian director of that film years later made a live action film with Ed Asner called The Games Maker.
Huh. All right. Did it also have furries? We didn't even know what to call it because it has like so many different names. So finally, we're just like, Furry Noah's Ark is probably going to get the most attention. So we just called it that. And again, we kind of figured everybody would know what it is.
Steven Choza, thank you for the $2 super chat. Loopy Shot, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, if you could swap between your own voice and the Tim Curry's, how would you use your newfound power?
With anticipation.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. Doug, are you curious to see how the MCU does Spider-Man's black suit?
We might have just seen it. That's one of the little issues I had with the movie is that I really feel like that was it, what we got. Um, and I do want to see more how the MCU would play with that story. With that said, what they did wasn't bad. It was good. And I think the way they tied it into, again, him kind of evolving and changing and everything, wasn't bad. But I feel like if you do the black suit now, it's just going to feel like, well, it's just going to be, brand new day again, or a big chunk of brand new day. So I guess you could, but you'd have to really, really change up a lot. Or maybe have that like tie into it. Maybe what was going on in that movie. Like it's that combined with whatever little bit of the symbiote that got away at the end of No Way Home. You'd have to be pretty creative to do it again and not have it feel like repeat, which I feel like these movies are already kind of having a hard time dealing with. But I guess it's not impossible. If they did it, I would still be excited for it because I do like the black suit stuff, and sadly, it's not done very well in the movies.
Patrick Johnson, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey, Critic, can we get Clue next week?
That was the Clue. You just said it in honor of Tim Curry. No,
I think that's what they were saying. Can we get Clue next week? Clue is capitalized. So.
Oh, okay. I thought they're saying can we get a clue for what is coming next week. It definitely won't be next week. This would be something where it'd have to be like several weeks down the line because we do these videos several weeks ahead of time because of stuff that was like going on with Paramount with like copyright claims and stuff like that. Not that it always does much good, but I guess it's better than if we just released it right away and we just have to wait even longer without views and money and all that. So I wrote it down as a possibility because I was trying to think of like what would be a good Tim Curry movie to do after his passing, and I have always wanted to do that, so that might be the one.
Stephen Choza, thank you for the $5 super chat. What of 10 Tim Curry performances? Please include his role in Red Alert 3 if you do so. Also, right after Dolly Parton as well.
Space. I could just say my favorite, which again probably is Captain Hook. I'm not saying that's his best. It's just my personal favorite. You know what it is like when people read Batman comics and they hear Kevin Conroy's voice, or the Joker and they hear Mark Hamill's voice. That's the voice I hear when I read Captain Hook. Now I hear Tim Curry's voice. I think it was just perfect. So, and sadly, there's pro and con. There's no physical release or streaming release, but they are all on YouTube when they first came out back in the 90s. But the quality's not always that great, so it would be nice to have a higher quality version of that because there's some good animation companies that worked at. TMS did several episodes and they look really, really good. So, yeah, I guess that's just a way of answering that with one I answered before. So there you go.
Saber Spark, thank you again for the $20 super chat. We appreciate you. We appreciate you being here, and we had a blast filming with you. The Flying Jestron, thank you for the $10 super chat. Would you support Smiling Friends if it made a comeback, or do you believe it has entered TV heaven at the right time?
Oh, if they want to do something, the same duo, yeah, I'd love to see that. But I agree, it has to be something they want to do. They want to continue. They want to do, a certain story with them or whatever. I think they will. I mean, I don't know anything behind the scenes or anything. I just got a vibe. I think once they get some time away from it, they're able to breathe and, work on other shows, animation and stuff like that. I think they're going to find they want to do, like a special, or something like that. I don't know if they'll do a whole other season, but I could see them at least doing like, another episode or like a special, like the, going to Rio episode.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. Doug, did you hear that Inuyasha might be coming back from the creator sometime this week? That's a bit of uplifting news this week.
Cool. I know very little about Inuyasha. That's one where if you show me any of the images from it, okay, I recognize it. I think it was on a little bit like on Adult Swim, and sometimes I see a little bit, but I'm always like, yeah, what's going on? I didn't see from the beginning, whatever, and I just never watched it. So I hear it's really good though, so I think that's good news.
Teo Rojalik, thank you for the €5 super chat. Doug, do you think X-Men 97 Season 2 pacing is kind of rushed? Also, do you have an animated show for adults that you would recommend, like action drama?
Anime show for adults. Again, I usually have a ton, but now I'm blanking on them. Oh, man, I'm trying to think like an action drama. Hold on.
Well, like a lot of
Animated.
anime fills that
uh,
gap if you're interested in anime.
Yeah.
Something like Cowboy Bebop would be like an action drama. A lot of shonen animes would be action drama, but if you're not looking for anime, if you don't want to watch anime, Invincible's really good.
Here's a couple. Arcane is
Oh,
fantastic.
Arcane's great.
There's a show not too many people know about. Gennady Tartakovsky did called Unicorn Warriors Eternal, which was pretty good. It's very different. With that said, Primal's very good. He did that show as well. Castlevania's wonderful. I haven't finished this yet, but I've seen a little bit of Blue Eye Samurai, and I know they're doing a
Ooh,
season
really
2.
good.
So I gotta finish that. So yeah, some handful there.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. Doug, did you ever watch Ghost Hunters?
No, I mean, okay, I'm sure I watched what everyone at some point watched, which was like 10 seconds of it. Boom! What was that? Cho-cho-cho commercial. I'm like, all right, this crap, and I want to watch something else. Those don't do anything for me. I get why some people like watching it and kind of making fun of it and everything, or even why some people watch it and they legit think something's there. I guess for me, if we're gonna do that, it either has to be so spectacularly crazy, over the top, insane, I want to be laughing at the whole time, or it has to really have something interesting in there, some interesting theory, some hard, proof of, some of the strange stuff going on. But most of it is not either of those.
Jace, thank you for the $5 super chat. Instead of reading the 12-page short story, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, listen to the 40-minute audio narration by Harlan Ellison himself. It's cool.
Sounds kind of cool. Yeah, maybe I will.
Smash Ultra, thank you for the 59 NOK through super chat. What if there's a parallel universe where Tim Curry plays Sephiroth? That sounds too powerful, honestly.
Sephiroth, get your rocks off. I would be way too okay with that.
Ryan, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey Doug, if you do a catch-up video of 2026 films, will you be checking out Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie? Easily my favorite comedy of the year, and think it's worth checking out.
Yeah, do I have that on the list? Let me see. Because I've heard a
People
lot
have definitely brought it up.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if I had on there. It doesn't look like it's Nirvana, the show, the movie, right?
Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie.
Okay.
Duh, Doug.
And the show, the movie. Well, that was part of it too. Sometimes I would see it and I'd be like, wait, is this actually a show now? Is that what it was called? I can't remember. So yeah, now I have it down. I will definitely check it out because I've heard really great things about it.
Jay Bear, thank you for the $10 super chat. What is a movie you wish you first saw on the big screen instead of a small screen? Easy for me. I missed Mad Max Fury Road on the big screen, and gosh, did I do myself a disservice missing that, and then just watching it on TV.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say this: most of the ones I miss, they usually do re-releases. I know. I missed this this year. I was just too busy. I was like, and I really wanted to because I haven't seen it on the big screen. Citizen Kane, I love to see on the big screen. I think that's a gorgeous movie. I've watched it a lot. I've studied the shots a lot. But it is one of those where I'm just like, to see it on a big screen would be so good. Imagine that on IMAX. Holy smokes. I mean, it already has like the aspect ratio down perfect. That'd be fantastic.
I was frozen.
Jace,
today.
thank you for the $5 super chat. The minds behind Noah's Ark got the idea by watching Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights, saying, we can do the same, but with a Bible story and furries. Genius.
I was going to say, I don't know if that should be your best motivation to do something. Let's do it like that. Again, the animation was very good in the movie.
Wicked Firebird, thank you for the $5 super chat. Happy Wednesday, Doug and crew, and RIP Tim Curry. NC said it best. For every one-star movie he was in, he was the reason for the star.
Yeah, I love that quote. That's a good one.
Parker, thank you for the €5 super chat. Hey Doug, longtime fan, and hey Heather, I really dig your acting. About my question, Doug, will you see the new Batman Nightfall animated movie?
I just saw. I was gonna say I saw a trailer, but even that's not true. I saw a thumbnail for the trailer. So is it um a theatrical release or is it streaming? That I did. Actually, I looked that up because now I am curious.
I assume it's just streaming, but I
That'd
could
be
be wrong.
my movie. Don't make superhero movie release digitally August 25th. Also, I guess it's already out. I have not seen the trailer yet. I'm looking at some pictures here though. It does look very cool. So yeah, try to give it a watch.
Curry McNulty, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you ever watched Damon Lindelof's Watchmen miniseries? Not something I would call perfect, but I would say it's pretty good sequel to the novel.
Uh I haven't seen it. I think I remember if that's the HBO Max series. I remember talk about it, and maybe because I respect Watchmen more than I get into it. And I like the movie fine, even though there's a lot of differences. And it's not as good as the comic, but still pretty good. Um, so I never went out of my way to see it, but maybe I should. I heard mixed things, but sometimes that's good. That means that they're taking chances on some things, and it could be a chance I get into. So yeah, at some point I should probably check it out.
Danny McGraw, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's your favorite song from the Blues Brothers?
Let's see. I do like Sweet Home Chicago a lot. Man, they're all so good. Aretha Franklin's Think is amazing. Everybody Needs Somebody is fantastic. Even their version of Rawhide is so good. I mean, I guess I'll go with Sweet Home. Sweet Home. No, what Sweet Home? I almost said Sweet Home Alabama. Yeah, with Sweet Home Chicago. Yeah, so Chicago, and I gotta love that.
JL, thank you for the 600 bits. Doug and Monty Python and the Holy Grail, what do you think of the Castle of R?
Um, well, that depends. Is that where they made it at the end? I think they're implying that it was. Um, it was worth the name.
Super Tom Brother, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, do you ever foresee you and James reviewing the Seth Rogen Ninja Turtles movie?
uh, my guess would be no. Like, let me put it this way: if he was down for it, I would totally do it. I don't know how down for it he is. I like that movie. It's not something I was like super passionate about, but I thought that was a unique take to to do for that franchise, and I thought it's one of the few times where I legit really saw the teenager side of them in there, because so often they do get adults playing the roles, or because they are these giant turtles, it's hard to really see the teen element in there just looking out. But those really looked and sounded like kids, So I thought them leaning heavy into that was very smart.
The King Cam Black Man, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in, Raiders.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. JL, thank you for the 600 bits. Suggestion: Doug, check out A Haunted House. It makes fun of paranormal activity.
um, I know what it is. I have not heard the best stuff about it, but maybe there'll be some material for a video. You never know. So I'll try to check it out.
Jace, thank you for the $10 super chat. Guillermo del Toro has been trying to make a film of H.P. Lovecraft's At the Mountains of Madness with Tom Cruise since 2006. It would have explained Cruise's insanity, just like Charlie Sheen in Food Fight.
He turned it down. He did The Mummy instead. No, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Lava War Cannon, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you have a chance to see Tintin with Walter when he did his Spielberg tier list?
No, that is another one I have on the list to check out at some point. You'll be so disappointed because he was the first one I heard say, "It's all right. It's okay." What's everyone going crazy about? I guess everyone online was like, "Boo!" So the funny thing is that does weirdly make me want to see it more because now I want to know who I'll agree with because I just need to hear somebody else say it's okay. So it's like, okay, so I'll have some support if I don't get into it much, but not much. Again, he's the only person I've seen say that.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, did your opinion change on Malcolm in the Middle reboot? I want more.
uh No, it really didn't do much for me. I shouldn't say there's nothing there. That's not true. There are some funny moments. There's some things that are neat to see in there, certainly. But I thought it really lost kind of its edge, its bite, in some respects, even its purpose. I thought some of the retconning they did of the final episode before that didn't really make sense to me. Not to say like it betrayed what Malcolm in the Middle was, but I didn't really care for it that much. So I am gonna do a Disney Sembra because it ran on Hulu. So I'll go into more detail there. But yeah, it didn't really win me over.
Big Jack Films, thank you for the $2 super chat. Rest well, Tim. Legend was his best movie.
I know a lot of people that like that movie. Somebody else just brought that up. He is great. He is really, really good in there. And it looks great. And that's about all I really got into with it.
Super Tom Brother, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, what do you think of the popular song covers? Johnny Cash covering 9 Inch Nails Hurt, for example.
I will be honest. This is totally like, I don't want to say a blind spot, but maybe it is. I have a weird prejudice against cover songs
Oh,
unless
really?
they have to be spectacular in order for me to even say that's good. Like Dolly Parton passing, Whitney Houston's "I'll Always Love You." Like that's
Hmm.
like one of the best covers of all time, and I'm like, that's good. That was good, kind of thing. I really can't think of that many that either did something as good or surpassed the original. And part of it is it's just a weird way my brain is wired with this for some reason, where I just keep thinking back to the original and how much better the original did it. But there's some variations of songs that I do get into. I'll say this: if you're gonna do it, I love taking something that it's a melody, it's a tone, it's a feel and everything. And they just do the exact opposite. Like if it's a slow romantic song, you make it like a fast-paced techno beat or something like that. Like really go the opposite. Those are the ones I like the most because they just so separate from the original, but they have a little bit of the melody, still a little bit of the spirit or the feel in there. And it really does take it to a new place. But if it's a slow romantic song and they play it as a slow romantic song, I don't usually get into that, but again, there's exceptions, like the one I just mentioned.
Steven Choza, thank you for the $2 super chat. I'm guessing you heard the double whammy bad news?
Yeah, yeah, it's been brought up several times
Several
on stream,
times.
and it is a bummer.
Yeah, for sure. Hyperdevil Fangirl Boner, thank you for the 70-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome
Thank
back.
you.
Appreciate that. Did you know Robin Williams was in an episode of Law and Order Special Victims Unit? Apparently, he watched the show a lot because he was friends with one of the cast members and asked the producers if he could be on the show sometime. He was also nominated for an Emmy for it.
Yeah, I remember seeing that, and I was not a Law and Order guy. Again, the show's fine. It's just I don't really get into court shows, lawyer shows, anything like that. But I did see that episode. That's what made me watch it. I saw Rebel Williams and like, holy smokes! And I think this was before he did more serious, kind of darker material. So when I saw him like really, really commit to it, I'm just like, all right, that guy's really good. So when he started doing more movies, like I don't know, 1 hour photo or something like that, I'm like, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I know he can do that.
Fat Lord, thank you for the $2 super chat. Hello, Doug. What Tim Curry movie is your favorite?
Tim Curry movie is my favorite. Well, so this doesn't seem fair, but my favorite might be Hunt for Red October, but he doesn't have a big part in there. It's a good part. He plays it wonderfully well. But I don't think I don't think that's the answer people are probably looking for. They're probably looking for something where he has like more of a big role. My God, he was in so much. I'm just going through like
So
all these
much.
movies here, and again, a lot of it voiceover. He loved doing that. I always thought that was so cool. They got into that. Brother, man, just TV show after TV show after TV show. Get to the movies. Get to the movies. Man, I don't know because he didn't star in that many. He was usually like the villain or something like that. That's funny. He was Prince Charles in Tiny Toons.
That is
if I'm
really
right,
funny.
if I'm right in that episode, they speak like such thick English accents you never understand what they're saying. So, like it's total gibberish. So that's funny knowing those. Yeah. You know what? Maybe I will just keep it um to Hunt for Red October. Yeah, you know what? Clue. I'll just say that. Just makes it easier.
Sophie, thank you for that subscription over on Twitch. Welcome, appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug and Home Alone 2, what do you think of Kevin pranking Tim Curry?
I mean, okay, if we're talking about the little clown in there. Well, first off, missed opportunity for it, but I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. But the only thing that sells it is his acting. Everything else, where he's actually kind of tricking the hotel, I actually think it's kind of fun. And I think, especially as a kid, that was always kind of a fun fantasy as a kid. Like, oh, what if I could just have a hotel room to myself? Not just a hotel room, like practically the hotel to do whatever I want. So I felt like that kind of played into a fantasy. Not that it's an amazing fantasy, but just kind of a cozy fantasy I had as a kid. So that whole section I loved, and he just played it so great.
And dang, we're all caught up. It's like making up for
Holy
last
smokes,
week with
okay.
we didn't even get to any last week, so I guess this week we're making up for it.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Man, I don't know if we've ever wrapped up this early. That's really early.
I
Well, not
know.
wrapped up, but with the bit messages there. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Awesome. Blablik Block says over on Twitch, since there's going to be a documentary about their reunion, what are both of your thoughts on Oasis?
That's another one where it's like, I know the band name. I'm sure if you even just name the songs, you don't have to play the songs. They'd be, oh yeah, that's good, that's good. I remember liking them, but again, because I kind of look at bands and songs the way most people look at movies, where it's like, oh yeah, I really like that, but I'm not obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with movies. So why don't I just look them up the more I think about it? Because I say I would recognize the names of them. Oasis songs. Let's see. Live Forever. I really like. Supernova. That's right. The Champagne Supernova.
Mm-hmm. Champagne supernova in the sky. They're fine.
Yeah, no, it's one of those where I remember humming some of the songs, but I always was like, yeah, how the lyrics go? I think I remember Wonderwall humming that a little bit. So yeah, it's one of those where I liked them. I recognize the name. I think the songs. I was a little bit more of like an '80s kid when it came to like songs listened to over and over. But I remember liking some of those a fair amount.
Rogue Coasters over on YouTube says, hey Doug, will you ever do a review of Wes Anderson's The Grand Budapest Hotel? I can comfortably say it's my favorite movie. I love it.
Before Fantastic Mr. Fox, that was my favorite. Not Craven, what's his name?
Wes Anderson?
Yeah, movie. I really like that one a great deal. I don't know if I can add too much to it in a review. I do enjoy it quite a bit, but I just don't think I can justify saying enough new things about it that like everybody hasn't already said about it. But I do really, really enjoy that one a lot. And honestly, it's almost hard to say why. Like, yes, there's stuff that you can just see why a lot of this works, and interesting story, characters, good humor, and everything. But there is just a kind of a feel to it, especially like the connection between Fiennes and the bellboy. I just thought they had really good chemistry. It's such an and that seems to be a continuing thing in a lot of his movies too. There's always like a guy getting in trouble and sort of a smaller guy helping him out. That's kind of constant in his films. But that's the one I think I like the most, that pairing.
Master Tiebreaker, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Doug, I remember the episode of the crime comedy Psych that had Tim Curry guest star in an episode, and I didn't know he was bound to a chair at that point in his life because they wrote every scene with an excuse for him to be sitting down in it. It was a pretty good episode.
You have no idea what you're in store for, because that was actually him coming back to play a character he has played 2 times before then, where he's a parody of like Simon Cowell, and he is hilarious. Both those episodes are incredibly funny, and he has some of the best lines we still quote. He gets this robe that feels really good, and he just says something like, "I feel like an angel, baby, wrapped in cloud candy." And it's just like one of the funniest things. Of course, he just says to perfection. So yeah, if you think that's it, there's like at least 2 more episodes that he was in that is just so good.
Brad Hart, thank you for the 2,500 CLP through Super Chat. I became a Tim Curry fan because of you, way back from your old top 11 villain songs, and I always looked forward to his appearances in general. Thanks.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, God, if I introduce you to Tim Curry, that's awesome. That's a great compliment to be given. So yeah, thank you.
Mustard Man, thank you for the 500 bits. Since nobody asked about it last week, what did you make of the footage at D23 of the new Simpsons movie?
I didn't see the footage of that. Honestly, I'll kind of just wait until the actual trailers come out, because I haven't really watched The Simpsons in a while. The Simpsons movie, I guess it's fine. I never really got super into it, but it was neat seeing it on the big screen with an audience, everybody laughing together and everything. So I guess I can't say I'm like dreading a sequel or anything like that, but I'm not like super hyped for it. I get the feeling once I actually see trailers for it and it's getting closer and they do some more fun marketing, like if they do whatever the quickie marts with the 7-Elevens and stuff, like all that I think will be pretty fun.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. I will say for Wild Thornberries, there are some very good episodes to recommend.
Oh, I'm sure. No, I hear the show is very good. It isn't just the movie. What made me want to check the movie out, though, is that a lot of critics at the time were saying I'd never seen the show, and this is a very, very charming film. So I've always been curious to check that out. But no, I believe I've heard people for a long time say Wild Thornberries is a really good movie. Show.
Frankie Tafuro, thank you for the $10 super chat. Currently on vacation in Cooperstown with my dad celebrating his 65th birthday. Heard the news on Tim Curry. We plan to do 24-hour Tim Curry movie tribute when we get home. Lift a glass to Tim Curry.
Yep. Nope. Still a bummer. My brother sent me a text, and just that's how I found out. I said, first I partnered out Tim Curry, and I just played like this YouTube video. It's just a sound effect of somebody saying "F you, F you, F you" over and over. I was so pumped to hear that.
Potato Head Fan, thank you for the $10 super chat. Can I get a "they called me mad, insane" Wendell?
They called me mad, insane Wendell.
Beautiful. Thank you. Elite Gamer over on Twitch says, "Hello, Doug and Heather. Rest in peace to 2 legends today. Now, with that said, I'm curious of one thing. What are your thoughts on Aeon Flux? I never know.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
produced by MTV, and I'm intrigued in seeing it. Thanks again for all your amazing work, and loved the video today."
Thank you. I remember watching a little bit of it. I liked it. I don't. It's another one of those. I think because I didn't start from the beginning, I didn't fully follow it, but it was interesting. The art style was so unique. Definitely. Unless you're talking about the movie, which I heard was really bad. I never did see the movie, but I remember the show being pretty interesting. I should sit down and actually watch the whole thing, because I don't think it's very long.
Drummond D over on YouTube says, "You saw the trailer for the Bluey movie? We finally got news on it."
Yeah, I think somebody was asking me before about the animation change, and the only thing, well, there's 2 things about the animation change where I go, all right, that could be something, which is if you're gonna do CG. I don't know why I said goo, but if you're gonna do CG, I think they should do what they were doing in that trailer, which is show it a little bit more from their point of view, because the whole thing is about how playing can, you know, not only be educational, it can teach you a lot of life lessons, emotional lessons, and stuff like that. And I think if they do a lot of the film from like that point of view and that height and everything, it would, I think, make the point a little bit more clear and really bring you back to like that mindset of being a kid and seeing everything looking bigger and everything. So there could be something to that. And also, because it is supposed to be a movie on the big screen, you can do stuff in that style, that 2D hand drawn style, and have it look good on the big screen. But you really have to do something a little different to make it cinematic because the style is just so simple. So yeah, and that's not to say you can't make the hand drawn 2D stuff very cinematic. Of course you can. Look at anime, look at Disney, look at all that. I'm just saying the style of Bluey, I don't know how much you could really make that cinematic for, an hour and a half. So I'm not quite as close off to it as I think other people are. I think a lot of people don't like that it's CG, and part of me gets that. But for a movie, I'm a little bit more open to it.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, are there any Sam Neill movies you never reviewed?
Yeah, most of them. I mean, that's another guy who just did a million, movies and shows and stuff like that. So, yeah, one I saw, boy, would it be now? Maybe 8 years ago, something like that. That I remember hearing was really bad. I love the hell out of it. Was In the Mouth of Madness. I just loved it. And the funny thing is, I remember when the film came out, my dad went to see it, and he was, "Oh, it's so terrible. Let me just tell you how bad it is." And he goes through the whole movie, tells me the whole thing. I actually go, that sounds kind of interesting. Actually, it sounds like a film I would like. So I went in not remembering too much. I remember like him talking about the ending. The ending was the part where I kind of went, "Oh, that sounds a little interesting." And after seeing it, I really, really liked it. So that could be an interesting one to do maybe at some point.
Roxio iPad Touch, thank you for the $2 super chat. With the collab with Scott the Woz, is an NC possible?
Sure, he'd have to be interested, though, because he's another one where he's got a lot going on. He's obviously got a big fan base, a lot of views and stuff like that, and he's still pretty young, so he has the energy to take on all these different endeavors, which is awesome. But I also don't want to push that any further outside of his comfort zone. So if it's something he's interested in, I'm always here. I'm always down. But yeah, it's definitely not something where I'm gonna, you know, necessarily be like, "Hey, come on, buddy, let's do it. Let's film this or whatever." We have talked about it at some point because we go to see your point every once in a while, and I guess he's in the same state as that. I was kind of like, if we ever go, maybe I'll give you a call because he seems to be a big roller coaster guy too.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. I didn't check out the last Q&A stream yet, but I suspect Hayden Panettiere and Ice Princess both definitely came out though. Sadly, not surprising.
Uh, well, the actress did. Is Ice Princess one of the movies she was in?
Yes, with
Gotcha. Okay,
Michelle Trachtenberg, I want to say. I don't know. She's yeah.
gotcha. Maybe that was brought up. I'm not sure.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, probably was.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. Between that last week and both Dolly Parton and Tim Curry this week, sheesh, it's beyond rough.
Right? Yeah, brother. A lot of. I mean, yes, there's always a handful of celebrities that die every year and stuff like that. But I'm thinking, like, yeah, Debate Chase as well. Like, there's just been some people where you just hear and you go, "Oh, like what a." At least with Dolly Parton and Tim Curry, as much as that hurts, it's like, okay, they were 80 and everything. You kind of go, all right, it's not a surprise when it happens. When it happens to somebody that's like a lot younger and stuff, that's a bigger bummer to hear.
Roxio iPod Touch, thank you for the $5 super chat. Are there any Let's Players you would want to collab with on an NC?
I don't know. I think because as it's well documented, my Let's Play style is not exactly super popular. When I do a video on it, if it's like Twitch or something like that, it's usually fine. But so it'd have to be, I don't know, somebody that's interested in doing it, because I'm not the best at finding someone and saying, like, let's go, let's do a video on it, because I clearly don't know how to start it, how much talking is too much talking or too little talking, whatever. I still don't know why people watch me play a game. Honestly. I'll just say it. It's something that's a little foreign. Hopefully, I'm doing it right. Like the right amount of like talking and discussion. But what people always bring up to me is that they say, "Well, when you were growing up, did you ever play games with friends?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course I did." And remember the conversations you had then? It's like, yeah, like it's a digital version of that. You're just not in the same room. You're all online, but you're not in the same room. It's kind of the same thought. I'm like, all right, like that, I kind of understand a little bit, but I still feel like I'm not an expert on it.
Power Gamer over on Twitch says, apparently Tommy Wiseau was a big fan of Fan Force Tick when it came out, and even offered to direct a sequel. I'm really sad I didn't get to live in a reality where that exists.
How do we know he didn't do the first one? No, because it's too competent. Yeah, I would pay good money to see that.
Lava War Cannon, I watch you play because it feels the same as introducing my dad to a new game. Headaches and all.
That makes sense. That really makes sense.
The Flying Gestron, thank you for the $5 super chat. What are your thoughts on Victor Frankenstein 2015 with Daniel Radcliffe and James McAvoy?
I never saw it. I'm trying to even think if I saw like any trailers for it. Maybe I did, but it must have disappeared very fast because, yeah, I barely have a memory of it.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, will you do another AVGN crossover episode?
It has to be something we both have an interest in doing. It's funny how many people are like, "When's the next one? When's the next one?" It's like we've done so many. I always say it's like there's milking it, and then there's milking it, buying the cow, chopping it up, and eating it as hamburger. I feel like that's what we've done. We did film a little something that they're putting together on their end. That should come out this year. So yeah, whether you want to say it's like a crossover, it kind of is. I guess I don't want to say too much outside of that, but yeah, we did film something together recently.
July Media over on YouTube says Kingdom of the Spiders with William Shatner or Arachnophobia for this year's Nostalgiaween.
I never have seen Kingdom of the Spiders. I probably should because I know there's a lot of fun stuff in there. Arachnophobia was a fun movie. There's probably a couple things I could bring up about it, but I don't know if I could do a full review. I feel like the Disney December I did was pretty good on that. I might look into Kingdom of the Spiders.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Thoughts on Doomsday? Tobey Maguire is rumored to be in the opening scene.
Everything I've seen of it looks like what I expect, which is not bad. But just the whole idea of it really does feel like a Hail Mary pass, but it feels desperate. But sometimes, when you're desperate, you can come up with something that's like really, really good and really works. So nothing about it looks alarmingly bad or awful, but I'm not going to act like, "Ooh, I'm super excited," to watch it. So I'll see. I'm going in with an open mind, but I'm not going to pretend like I'm super excited for it. I'm a little bit of a naysayer about it, but again, I'm still going to go in with an open mind.
Ethan Movie Maniac over on YouTube says, remember that time the zombies in the Resident Evil review wanted Critic to review something Sonic related? I do. It's about damn time we've gotten an NC review of the Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
So I want to wait until another Sonic film comes out because there's no way I'm going to like do a Sonic movie and then wait a year and do the next one because as a lot of you know, I didn't get into the first movie. I like the other ones. I didn't get into the first movie. And y'all really let me know that. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do a Sonic month. Okay, so the next week I can get to, and here's what I like about this movie. Here's what I like about this one. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm sure I will, but I'm going to do it as a theme month. I'm not going to, space them out.
On a Joker, thank you for the 500 bits. Why does Batman only wear dark colors? Easy. Batman doesn't want to get shot. Why does Robin only wear bright colors? Easy. Batman doesn't want to get shot.
That's good. I was gonna say Batman wants him to get shot, but that's better. I like that. We were just talking about Tiny Toons a little bit before, and I loved. They always called Robin because Hampton played him, so he always called him Decoy, the pig hostage. That always cracked me up.
Dragon Ranger over on YouTube says, any chance on a re-review of Super Mario Bros. 1993?
Yeah. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. I was originally planning to do it this year. I guess I could, but I don't know. I try to space out the re-reviews a little bit more. I don't know. We'll have to see. If not this year, it'll definitely be next year.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. In Batman and Robin, though it's a bad movie, we had the same Alfred through all the Batman films.
And the same Pat Hingle, Commissioner Gordon, in all of them. Though it's funny, we can say the same. It's the same actor. It's definitely not the same character with Commissioner Gordon. Alfred, you could make a very strong argument, is still the same Alfred.
Chase over on YouTube says, if you do a Nostalgia Critic review of anything starring Dolly Parton in memory of her, your blazer should have lots of colors on it, like in her 1971 song called Coat of Many Colors, which is a fantastic song.
Yeah, I was saying earlier that I feel like 9 to 5 is the closest one I would do. I do really like that movie, and there's probably stuff I can say about it. I still don't know if it's jumping out to me as like an obvious nostalgia critic as much as like Clue is. So I'll probably do Clue first.
Dragon's Toy over on Twitch says, Doug, please review Burke and Hare. Amazing cast. John Landis directed it, and it's one of Tim Curry's last big screen roles before his stroke. That movie is so funny.
Never even heard of it. Burke and
Yeah, Burke, Burke and Hare.
Yeah, that is Andy Serkis, Tom Wilkinson. All right, yeah, I've never ever heard of this. I'll try to check. Yeah, John Landis, there he is. I'll try to check it out.
Stacy Silverman over on YouTube says, in honor of Tim Curry, you should review Saving Santa. It's a fun animated film, and he plays a great villain.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that one. Maybe there is something to reviewing, like a Tim Curry movie, like a famously bad one. But again, I feel like I've done most of the famously bad ones. I feel like it's got to be Clue. Everything's pointing to Clue.
I still can't believe you've never done Clue.
No, I always wanted to do it in a unique way, and then I couldn't think of it, or like I said, the fatigue sort of limited me a little bit. But I feel like now's a good time to do it. So yeah, maybe I will.
Master Mario over on Twitch says, there's a rumor about you that I'm wondering if it's true. So be honest. Is it true that you and James will make an appearance in Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret War?
We said no spoilers.
Yeah, dang, I'm sorry. Drummond D over on YouTube says, did you watch Pickle and Peanut? Apparently Shaq guest starred in an episode.
I don't think I've heard of it. Let me see. Pickle and
Peanut. Yep.
There it is. No, I've never even heard of it. I'm so sorry.
Movie Lover over on Twitch says, are there any Looney Tunes characters you wish would show up more often?
I go back and forth on that geeky Red Riding Hood because she was so funny in that one cartoon, but a part of me does go, if they had any more of her, she'd probably be too much. So part of me does want to hear more. I want to see more writing for that character, but I also know it's just the right amount. You don't want to go over that. Let me see. Outside of that, I think some of these setups with Foghorn Leghorn, I like to see more of, like, the blue bonnet lady, and then the little boy with glasses, the dog, all that. I probably like to see a little bit more of. I know it's like one or two others, but I'm blanking on them. I also like that one dog. He made a fair amount of appearances, but he's always the one looking for a master. I'm 50% pointer. There it is. There it is. There it is. I always forget his name, but that's one that I always found pretty fun.
MJD2 Sweet over on YouTube says, did you know Marvel made a Max Payne comic?
I mean, not that surprising, especially if it came out you know, with the movie or the game. That's not too surprising. I haven't read it though.
Sean49 Doctor over on Twitch says, since YouTube probably won't let you review this film, what are your thoughts on Al Pacino's film Scarface?
I like it. I question how historically accurate it is, but it's very entertaining. That ending is just bonkers, but that's part of the fun. I mean, I think that is a movie all about excess, going as over the top as you can. So, yeah, I had a good time with it.
Hawks over on YouTube says, can you bring back career dives for Tim Curry?
I love to those. A, the views on them didn't do that great, and B, they really took a lot out of me. Definitely, just right now, I don't think I have the energy or the focus to do it, honestly. But that would have been a good one to do.
Batfan over on Twitch says, thoughts on the films Certain Woman and In Burgess?
I haven't seen in Bergs and Bridges,
In
but
Berg.
I forget.
Oh,
I think
it's
it's in
probably,
Bergs.
yeah.
But I want to because I really liked um, Banshees of Inisherin a great deal. And I want to see Seven Psychopaths again because when I saw it, I didn't like it, but I might have been in the wrong mindset for it. So if I go in with the same mindset as Banshees of Inisherin, maybe I'll like it more. And yeah, I haven't even heard of that other one.
Rogue Coasters over on YouTube says, are there any upcoming director's cuts of classic or semi modern movies? There could be some interesting ones for you to talk about.
Uh, I had to see a list of like what's coming out. Like a lot of people, I would really like to see the Schumacher cut of Batman Forever. If they add in the scene, which was kind of this really important pivotal scene with what was written in the father's diary, that would have made a big difference in that movie. I'm not saying it would have saved it. There still be a lot of silly, stupid stuff, but it would have really made a Batman movie. It would have really brought up something that's pretty brutal that would explain a lot of Bruce's guilt. Uh, and it's one of those things where it's like, oh, if that was in there, it would be. It's still going to have that Adam West lean, obviously, but it would still be a Batman movie. Like that would make it like something you would read in the comic and go, "Whoa, like that's interesting."
Blablik Block over on Twitch says, will you do a Disney December on Loki this year?
Yeah, I think somebody brought that up before, and I don't
Isn't
think
it
I
like
have it on the.
supposedly required viewing before Doomsday?
Yeah, that's what I had. So I saw the first season. I haven't seen the second
Second
season,
season's good.
and I believe you. And this would be a good reason to check it out. So, it's one of those where I just put the list together, everything I was going to see, and I was just like, "Oh, right, that." I actually do think I know what I can move around to see that. So, yeah, I will say yes.
Geodude over on YouTube says, hey Doug, I know you didn't like the Malcolm in the Middle reboot, but come on, the scene where they honor Hal is touching. I almost started to cry. What do you think of that scene?
I think there's a reason you almost started to. Uh, the way it starts and what they're building it with Lois and what that payoff is, that is good. But it just keeps going. It keeps going and going and going. It's edited in a weird way. It's directed with the actors a little too kind of melodramatic. If it was very short and to the point, I think it would have been very, very effective, but it just kept going. And it also kind of made two subplots about Hal, which was a little weird. I thought just the one with him, uh, going on a little trip and everything, that was great. I liked that. So to give him another one was kind of weird. Um, no, the idea in there is good. It starts off good, and then it just overstayed its welcome way too long, and in a way that was just, in my opinion, kind of awkward. Um, but yes, I actually really thought, okay, this is where it's gonna win me over. I'm gonna say, okay, at least there was a good ending, and it started to, and then it just kept going and going. So, yeah, but I agree, the setup is there, and if they kept it really short, I think I would have had a similar reaction that you did.
Red Crow Arcade over on YouTube. Hello. They said, "Hey
Right.
Doug, Red Crow Arcade here. We did the Kikassia tape we sent you. We really appreciate your kind response and want to send so much love." It's so cool. I just saw it at the studio
Yeah.
on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Fantastic work. It's
Yes.
so neat.
Yeah, because the one that I have, because he sent one and said, hey, can you, also, can you sign one, send it back? And I was like, yeah. So it's at the studio, but here's you can. Hopefully you
Oh
can.
no.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can't. It's not
it's
showing up.
super wow.
Oh, here, hold on. I
It
try.
was just all brightness.
Oh, hold on. Does that work?
I
No, that doesn't
know.
work either. Oh, a little bit. You can see it a little
Oh
bit
my
like
god.
that. That's really not working. But okay, I'll post pictures of it. It's pretty cool.
It's
Um,
so neat. Great work, Red. Oh, Red Cow. I can't read. Red Cow
yeah.
Arcade. Sorry.
But yeah, I was actually going to uh take like a picture of me in the NC outfit because I took a picture and I was gonna post it. I'm like, wait, I'm gonna film the NC tomorrow. I probably should be, in that to do it. So yeah, no, I'll definitely take that picture tomorrow. So again, really cool. The little details on there too, like even the actual VHS tape. It has like the little logos like Channel Awesome and then like the one with me in the Looney Tunes thing, like a little drawing of them. Like, holy smokes, the effort that went into this is really crazy. So again, yeah, really nicely done.
Macbeth over on Twitch says, "Doug, do you maybe have a first heard slash first hit bias for cover songs? Alone by Heart and Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cindy Lauper are covers of inferior and more obscure originals."
Uh, that's actually a really good point. There are some songs I didn't know the original, and then I heard, the cover, and I fell in love with it, through that. So yeah, and I really want to emphasize this isn't something where everybody's crazy, but me on this cover songs just aren't good. No, this is just a weird way my brain is wired with these for some reason. Where if I really know a song and I like it a lot, and somebody does a cover that's anywhere not as good, I just immediately shut it down. In my head for some reason. It's a weird prejudice I have. So yeah, I'm sure there's exceptions like what you just listed there. I really want to emphasize it's not something, where it's like this is why I'm not a music critic. One of many reasons. But yeah, it's one of those things where I can't quite look past it for some reason. Unless something again is just spectacularly done.
Marcus over on YouTube says, "Would you do an NC on Hotel for Dogs? It's one of my favorite live action films of all time. I recently watched it the other night. I love how they did the Rube Goldberg like machines."
Let me see if that's the one I'm thinking of. Hotel for Dogs, is that what it's
Hotel for
called?
Dogs, correct.
Um, yeah, okay. I've got requests for this before. I've never seen it. But yeah, there are a lot of people that want me to do it. Is it a Paramount or not? I'm having trouble seeing how studio who made that. Yeah, man. It is Paramount, so probably not.
Matt
They're
Gamer,
very copyright happy right now.
yeah. Matt Gamer over on Twitch says, "Hi, Doug. Sorry to hear about Tim Curry. Also, I'm excited to see your new NC video today, and now I'm in a confession booth." JK.
Yeah, condolences. Thank you. And condolences?
Gabriel Kane, the creative kid, thank you for the $2 super chat. Favorite time Tim Curry was a guest star?
Might be Psych. I was just talking about that earlier where he plays the Simon Cowell character. I just feel like they knew how to write him in a way where they just knew how to get Tim Curry, not just the voice, like something in Freakazoid, but the expressions and everything just matched perfect on there. Like I said, he's in 2 episodes, maybe 3. I actually didn't know the one where he was in a wheelchair in a later episode of Psych, but the other 2 are just so good.
Movie Lover over on Twitch says, "Can we get an actual clue for next week's review?"
It isn't even one of those where it's like if I give too obvious a clue, you're gonna get it. No, actually, there is something. It's mentioned in a review I did the past month. I referenced this movie in there. It's actually one I've wanted to review. Once I found out it even existed, I've wanted to review it for a long time, and I'm having a great time editing it.
Bat Fan over on Twitch says top 3 Stanley Kubrick films.
Clockwork Orange, Eyes Wide Shut, 2001.
Sorry, I'm looking. Sorry, things are scrolling. Can you please do the next episode review Oliver and Company?
Uh, I don't have a ton to say about it. Like it's all right. I get all right, leading towards a little underwhelming, but there's a few good things in it. I don't know if there's like a lot of demand for it. Maybe I will, but I feel like there's so many other Disney films I'd rather talk about than that. So I don't know. I did do a Disney December on it years ago, but I think that was literally year one, so it was like a long time ago. But yeah, you can hear my thoughts way back then. What I thought about.
Castroller Broke Magic over on YouTube says, will you ever make a movie that's long, like Kickassia? I know Walter made a movie on Channel Awesome recently, but that was only 40 minutes. Actually, it was only 17 minutes.
Yeah. Well, you want to go long, go for like the 3.5 hour one on Topoli Flea. But there's a couple scripts I wrote. And I've mentioned this before. I have a unique problem, but it's a good problem in that when I write something, somebody else makes it. And that's not that somebody takes my script and makes it. It's just somebody wrote it earlier than me, had the same idea, and it's almost beat for beat the same thing. It's happened with about 2 or 3 different scripts. So I said, okay, if I'm gonna write something again, it has to really be something nobody else in a million years would ever think of. And on top of that, I just don't have the brain capacity right now. It isn't just that I'm getting older, but I do still have chronic fatigue. Much of it is getting better, but there are other hurdles with it. And just doing that on top of doing Nostalgia Critics and everything, it looks unlikely. It had to be something I am just so crazy passionate about that I'll let the burden of it, because it does take a lot of time, a lot of hours, a lot of sleepless nights and everything to make a movie. It really does take a lot. So yeah, I'd either have to stop doing NC and only focus on the movie, or it'd have to be something that I was just so passionate about that I would let it like nearly kill me, like the fatigue and everything else.
Elite Gamer over on Twitch says, so Doug and Heather, what are some of your absolute most anticipated movies this year? And Doug, no, you can't say Wildwood. We already know you're excited for that film.
What?
I mean, Doomsday, obviously. Dune,
yeah.
I'm pretty pumped for Coyote versus Acme. I don't know when I'm gonna have a chance to see it, but I'm really hoping Coyote versus Acme is gonna be good.
Oh, Practical Magic 2, obviously.
Dumb.
Let's see.
Ooh, Godzilla Minus Zero. Is that this year?
Oh, is that this year? I thought that was nice. Well, I guess we did get a trailer, so that probably means that.
I'm just looking at what chat is saying.
Yeah, I'm just looking at movies that are like coming out here.
Early November, they say.
Oh, okay. Kind of cool. That Forgotten Island looks pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah.
The people who did Puss in Boots. I'm interested in that. Yeah, I'm sure there's others, but those are kind of the big ones that are jumping out to me. Oh, Street Fighter looks fun. Yeah, that's the thing. Everything either looks, good, fun, or again, Wildwood. Oh, Clayface, I'm pretty interested in actually. It's coming out the same day as Wildwood. Come on, don't do that. Yeah, there's some
Wild Face.
For you.
Is that what we're gonna do?
Face, there you go. Yeah. Claywood.
Claywood sounds terrible. That was the first thing I was gonna say, and I was like, no.
I'll say it.
And that does bring us to 8 o'clock, everyone.
All righty.
So thank you for joining us here today. We had unusual joy of a half an hour
Yeah.
of just chat questions that weren't paid. So heck yeah, I love that.
Told you we try to get there.
Yeah, we promise. I promise. I promise. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here. We appreciate you. Doug is going to be back with a game on Friday. In case you missed it a couple of weeks ago, he did beat Mouse PI for Hire. So we will have a new game. If you want to know what it is, you just got to come back on Friday. So ha ha. Sorry to do that to you. On Twitch tomorrow, Malcolm is not going to be around. So there won't be a stream on Twitch tomorrow, but we will be back here on Friday. So come hang out with us on Friday. Until then, have a great evening, and we will see you all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.